Hip-hop has always thrived on competition, but few rivalries have captured the culture like the ongoing battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. From subliminal shots in tracks to full-blown diss records, this feud has escalated over the years, leading to one of the most talked-about moments in music history: Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl 59 performance. At its core, the Drake and Kendrick's feud is about more than just music. It's about legacy. Two of the biggest artists of our time fighting for the crown. Whether you're Team Drake or Team Kendrick, one thing's certain: hip-hop has never been more exciting. To understand how we got here, we have to rewind to where it all started. The tension between Drake and Kendrick didn't happen overnight. Their relationship has been a roller coaster, shifting from mutual respect to a competitive rivalry, and now outright war. At first, there was no bad blood. Kendrick and Drake collaborated on multiple songs, most notably Poetic Justice on Kendrick's 2012 album Good Kid, Mad City. Back then, both were seen as two of the most promising young rappers in the game, climbing their way to the top. But in 2013, Kendrick Lamar set the rap world on fire with his verse on Big Sean's Control. He called out several top rappers, including J. Cole, Meek Mill, and Drake, challenging them to step up their pen game. He proclaimed himself the King of New York and challenged his peers to step up their lyrical game. This verse was seen as a bold statement, igniting competitive tensions within the hip-hop community. While some took it as friendly competition, Drake saw it differently. Drake, known for his subtle approach to beef, responded with subliminal bars. Songs like The Language and Used To contained lyrics that fans believe were aimed at Kendrick. The shots continued over the years, with both artists taking indirect jabs but never fully engaging in an all-out war. Kendrick released The Heart Part 4, a track where he warned competitors about releasing subpar material and hinted at taking the crown. While he didn't name Drake explicitly, many interpreted lines like, as directed at him. Amidst a feud with Pusha T, Drake released Duppy Freestyle. Although primarily aimed at Pusha T, some lines were perceived as veiled shots at Kendrick, further fueling speculations about their rivalry. By 2018, Kendrick and Drake were at the peak of their careers. Kendrick made history, winning a Pulitzer Prize for Damn, while Drake dominated the charts with Scorpion. But the gap between them widened. While Kendrick focused on his artistic legacy, Drake doubled down on his commercial appeal. The two rarely mentioned each other, but the tension was undeniable. Then, in 2024, everything changed. The quiet jabs turned into full-fledged war when Kendrick dropped Not Like Us. This was no subliminal diss. This was a direct hit. Kendrick accused Drake of being inauthentic, called out his relationships, and questioned his influence in hip-hop. The track immediately went viral, sending shockwaves through the industry. Fans dissected every lyric, and it became clear: this wasn't just competition anymore. It was personal. In this song, Kendrick accused Drake of serious allegations, including inappropriate relationships with underage women. The track's cover art featured an aerial view of Drake's Toronto residence, marked with labels insinuating criminal behavior. In response to Not Like Us, Drake filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, accusing them of defamation and harassment for promoting the song. And then came the Super Bowl. On February 9th, 2025, Kendrick Lamar headlined the biggest stage in the world and performed Not Like Us, a direct diss track against Drake in front of millions of viewers. This wasn't just a performance, it was a statement. The moment Kendrick delivered the first line, the crowd erupted. The performance was electric, and the hip-hop world knew this was the biggest rap moment of the decade. The performance featured surprise appearances by Eze and Serena Williams. Serena's involvement was particularly notable due to her rumored past relationship with Drake, adding another layer to the narrative. But Kendrick didn't stop there. During his Super Bowl performance and multiple public appearances, he wore a necklace with the letter A. Fans speculated, what does it mean? Is it another shot at Drake? Many believe that A stands for anonymous, a reference to a secretive group or mindset Kendrick embraces. Others think it could be linked to the word assassinate, symbolizing how Kendrick killed the competition. Some even tie it to Andre 3000, a legendary artist Kendrick has admired, representing a higher standard in hip-hop. Whatever the meaning, one thing is clear: it's a message. and Kendrick wants everyone to see it. Fans speculated that this was a subtle jab at Drake, referencing the lyric, "a minor from Not Like Us," which alludes to the allegations against Drake. Some also believed it could be a nod to Drake's real name, Aubrey. The feud and the success of Not Like Us bolstered Kendrick's standing in the hip-hop community. He received critical acclaim, increased streams, and multiple awards, solidifying his position as a leading figure in rap. Conversely, Drake faced challenges due to the allegations and the lawsuit. His public image took a hit, leading to a decline in popularity and social media following. The legal battles further complicated his position, prompting discussions about his future in the industry. After everything that's happened, from Kendrick's Control verse to Not Like Us and the Super Bowl performance, who do you think came out on top in this feud? Has Kendrick officially taken the crown, or does Drake still have a move to make? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. In the end, as promised, I have a conspiracy theory. What if this whole feud has been orchestrated behind the scenes? Hip-hop has always thrived on beef. Biggie versus Tupac, Jay-Z versus Nas, 50 Cent versus Ja Rule. These rivalries didn't just create great music, they sold records. But in the streaming era, where albums don't generate the same revenue as before, labels needed something bigger. Before Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, many critics argued that mainstream rap had become repetitive, lacking excitement. Drake, the king of hits, was starting to face fan fatigue, with some saying his music wasn't evolving. Kendrick, despite his legendary status, had been silent for years. He needed a major comeback moment, and then, boom, a diss track war erupts, drawing global attention. Sales spike, streams explode, and suddenly everyone is picking a side. Who's pulling the strings? What if Universal Music Group, which has ties to both artists, orchestrated this entire thing? Kendrick and Drake are both signed under Universal Music Group affiliated labels, Drake through Republic, Kendrick through Interscope. UMG has a long history of capitalizing on viral music moments to maximize profits. The drama boosted streaming numbers for both artists, making the record label billions in revenue. Kendrick getting the Super Bowl 59 halftime show was suspiciously well-timed. He used the biggest stage in the world to diss Drake, making sure the feud reached every corner of pop culture. Why would the NFL allow such a controversial performance? Unless major corporate players saw huge financial potential in letting it happen. Kendrick's mysterious A necklace has sparked debates. Many believe it stands for anonymous or assassinate, but what if it actually represents agenda, as in a hidden agenda set by the industry? Could this whole feud be the greatest PR stunt in hip-hop history, or is the beef real? You decide. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.